The Vraxians had conquered 17 species across 3 galactic arms before encountering humans. Small, fragile, and lacking natural defenses, humans seemed like the easiest conquest yet. The invasion took less than a week. Captain Tom Harris sat in a holding cell aboard the Vraxian flagship, his uniform torn and bloodied. The battle for Earth had been swift and brutal. Humanity's military might, impressive by terrestrial standards, had crumbled under the aliens' superior technology. Now, as one of the few surviving military officers, Tom awaited interrogation. The cell door slid open with a hiss. A tall, chitinous creature ducked under the doorframe, its 4 eyes blinking in sequence. This was Commander Drell, the Vraxian officer in charge of processing human prisoners. Human. Drell clicked through his translator. You will provide information about Earth's remaining resistance forces. Tom leaned back against the wall. There's not much to tell. You've won. The Vraxian made a sound like rattling pebbles, their version of laughter. Indeed, your species offered minimal resistance. Our scholars predicted as much. Humans lacked natural weapons, possess thin skin, and demonstrate excessive empathy. All evolutionary disadvantages. Is that what you think? Tom asked, his voice calm despite the circumstances. Drell's upper limbs twitched in what Tom had learned was amusement. It is objective fact. Your defeat confirms our assessment. The Vraxian Empire will now process your world as we have done with 17 others. Resource extraction, population control, and eventual integration as a servant class. 17 worlds, huh? Tom nodded slowly. And how many of those species fought back after being conquered? None, Drell replied, mandibles clicking. All recognized the futility of resistance against the inevitable. Tom smiled, not with joy, but with something darker. Then you've never faced humans before. Explain. You think we're harmless because we don't have claws or venom or natural armor. But that's exactly why we're dangerous. Tom leaned forward. Do you know what humans did when nature didn't give us teeth sharp enough? We invented knives. When our fists weren't powerful enough, we created hammers. When our bodies couldn't withstand the cold, we skinned other animals and wore their fur. Drell's posture stiffened, primitive adaptations that we have long surpassed with technology. That's the thing about humans, Tom continued as if Drell hadn't spoken. We see what we lack, and instead of accepting our limitations, we eliminate them. Your 17 other conquered species may have accepted defeat, but humans have never accepted our place in the natural order. The Vraxian commander moved closer, intrigued despite himself. Your military has been neutralized. Your governments have surrendered. What threat could you possibly present now? Tom's eyes reflected the harsh lighting of the cell. Have you heard of guerrilla warfare, Commander? Asymmetrical combat? Insurgency? Primitive tactics? Ineffective against our surveillance and weaponry? Maybe, but here's something you should understand about us. Humans know the taste of demise better than any species in this galaxy. Explain this concept, demanded Drell, his translator struggling with the metaphor. Throughout our history, we've stood on the brink of extinction many times. Disease, war, famine. We've faced enemies that outmatched us, predators that hunted us, and we survived. Not by being stronger, but by being more ruthless, more adaptable, more willing to cross lines that other species won't. Tom's voice dropped to almost a whisper. We've tasted our own mortality so often that we've developed a hunger for survival that other species can't comprehend. A signal chimed on Drell's communication device. Our analysis indicates human resistance will end within 7 planetary rotations. Your analysis is wrong, Tom said simply. The war hasn't even started yet. Elaborate, Drell commanded, his curiosity now fully engaged. You've conquered our military bases, our cities, our obvious infrastructure, but that's not where human strength lies. It's in our history of resistance, our stories of underdogs and impossible victories. Tom smiled again. Even now, children are being taught how to sabotage your equipment. Farmers are burying weapons. Scientists are analyzing your technology for weaknesses. Futile efforts. You see, what makes humans different is that we don't just accept defeat and hope for mercy. We evolved in a world that constantly tried to kill us, And instead of just surviving, we dominated it. We're not just another conquered species. We're the species that has practice at turning the tables. For the first time, uncertainty flickered across Drell's alien features. Your confidence is misplaced. Resistance will be met with what? Death? Destruction? You've already shown your hand, Commander. There's nothing left for us to fear. Tom stood up slowly. And a human with nothing to lose is the most dangerous creature in the universe. That night, as predicted in Tom's ominous conversation, the first acts of resistance began. A Vraxian patrol disappeared without trace. A communications array inexplicably failed. A supply depot reported missing weaponry. And in cells and camps across Earth, humans shared whispered stories of resistance, of hope, of the coming insurgency that would make the Vraxians regret ever setting foot on their world. Commander Drell reviewed the mounting incident reports with growing concern. For the first time in Vraxian conquest history, the pacification phase was not proceeding according to schedule. As he recalled his conversation with the human captain, an unfamiliar sensation crept along his spine. Doubt. That human had been right. The Vraxians had conquered 17 worlds before Earth, but they had never faced an enemy who had tasted Demise so often that they had developed an immunity to fear itself. The real war was just beginning.